I've seen a lot of people getting confused about their grip, and there are some crazy grips out there, but I'll try to simplify. Get ready to write down your preference in each point, and by the end you should have a description of your grip. Let's look at my grip to begin with. This is how it looks when I'm holding a mouse. The back of my hand is on the mouse pad, so that's the first. Is your hand elevated or on the pad? Write down elevated or anchored. Elevated is on top of the mouse and not touching the pad. Anchored is with the back of your hand on the pad. Not your wrist, that's more to do with aiming style. It's just the back of your hand, so anchored or elevated. The next is angle. Do you hold the mouse straight along your thumb? Or do you angle the mouse so that you have more motion down into your hand like I do? I find I like to aim in small movements with just my fingers at times, so I prefer this range of motion. Write down straight if you're holding it directly in line with your thumb and index finger, and write down angled if you're deviating from that. As for palm, is palm touching the mouse or not? Only this section of my palm touches the mouse sometimes, so this puts my grip in the hybrid category. If you actually palm grip, just write down palm. If you only touch a little bit, write down hybrid palm. The next point is how we're holding it in our fingers. Every grip is technically a fingertip grip. We all have our fingertips on them, but the difference is palm grip will have the palm on the mouse too, claw will have the fingers arched, and if your fingers are straight, that's a normal fingertip grip. If they're slightly arched, that's more of a relaxed fingertip grip, and if they're really arched, that's claw. So write down fingertip, relaxed fingertip, or claw. If you palm grip, we've already covered that, so you don't need to write anything here. And then we have where our fingers land on the mouse. Some people love putting their fingers hanging over the front of the mouse buttons. If yours hang, then write overhanging tips. If yours are on the front, write down front tips. If yours are in line with the wheel, you can write wheel tips. If yours are behind the wheel, write down behind wheel tips. Then we have finger separation on the side. Some mice will push you to have your fingers together, others will have them separated. And this is where 1-3-1 grip comes into it. It's not too common, most people use 1-2-2. 2 fingers on top for the main buttons, and 2 fingers on the side for grip. 1-3-1 has the thumb on the side, 3 fingers on top, and 1 on the other side for grip. So here write down separated, together, or 1-3-1. If you have some other grip, make sure you specify that to people, so write down crazy if so. If you use some other grip like thumb on side, 1 finger on right mouse button and 3 on the other side, I guess that's 1-1-3. Specify that too. So my search is based on fingertip and claw, and palm or palm claw. Basically they're just 2 grip styles when it comes down to recommendations. But in this video, I've tried to simplify the more complicated aspects of mouse grip. So now that we have a more detailed idea of how to communicate our grip, what's yours? Mine is anchored, angled, hybrid palm, relaxed fingertip, wheel tip, and separated, meaning the back of my hand is the foundation. I slightly touch the mouse with my palm, with relaxed fingers at the wheel, and separated fingers on the side. So 1, anchored or elevated, 2, straight or angled, 3, palm or hybrid, 4, claw, relaxed or fingertip, 5, overhanging tips, front tips, wheel tips, behind wheel tips, and 6, separated, together, 1-3-1 or 1-1-3. And don't forget, crazy. Again, we can't just say claw, fingertip, palm or hybrid, but this longer way of saying it might actually help in the future. Just trying new ideas here, and hopefully it'll help with mouse choice. If I figure out a way of updating my site with this, I will, but the search for now is just done by basic maths. I'll try to point it out in reviews though, and how each shape affects each grip. So I hope that helps. Usual links in the description, subscribe, like and share, and I'll catch you in the next.